Hi everyone and welcome back to my place. I am so loving this, the Great Botanical Journey, going behind the scenes to see how our flowers are grown, who grows our flowers, and how far they travel. Well, at Ruby Orchids, when we were there, you'll have heard her say that the flowers go all around the world. And what I'm loving about this is I can do an arrangement here with you, and you can go anywhere, just about anywhere in the world where there is a flower market, because these beautiful blooms are grown here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and they get to travel all over the place. So if you're in New York, go to the New York City flower market or go to the one in London, wherever you are, just go and have a look. Now, the flower that I want, or the coloured cymbidium I want to focus on today in this design is called Linger Brown. Look at that. When you look into there, when I was thinking about a design and what I would use them for, what colour container, etc., the orchid, because it's so clever, gave me a signpost. And look at that beautiful gold in there. And when these are growing, oh, it is just gorgeous. As you walk towards them, the light hits this golden bit here, and it's just like rays of pure beautifulness. So as I was picking these, or actually as they were picked for me, I thought, oh, I've got the perfect container. And here it is. I showed you ages and ages ago how to do gold leafing. Very fiddly. It's like working with butterflies' wings. I don't know that I want to do it again. But I just thought about this vase, or this container, with its rustic sort of, it's not perfect, because my gold leafing would never be perfect because I'm just too rough. But I just love that. And then I thought, oh, I've got to share a design I have been doing for years and years and years, and it's called caged flowers. Because when I look at the beautiful orchids, especially the cymbidiums, they remind me of big fat wood pigeons that we have everywhere here, and they're sort of heavy and they're clumsy and they just don't fly very well. So that's where I got the inspiration for the cage flowers, putting the orchids inside a cage. So to create the cage, the first thing we need is some lovely branches. You could use fruit branches. I've just got a little bit of twisty willow here, which will be perfect. And this does not need to be neat and tidy. Just shove them in whichever way they want to go. And if they're a little bit too long, you might need to cut those. I haven't got my wire cutters, but I think if I'm very strong, I can cut that with my floral scissors. Oh, it's like a workout. Now with this one here, I'm just going to move that so that it comes in like so. And don't worry about these being all over the place because it doesn't matter. Now I've got a little space over here and I'm just going to use the smaller one. Now, I've just filled the whole cavity of the container with some wet oasis. Now, and I just put a little bit of moss on the top of it. Now, I could have used the tillandsia, but when you look at the colour of that, it's quite a cool colour. And I just felt that to use that, and it doesn't really match in with the gold. So the reason I'm using this moss in the inside is because I just want like a bush, like a forest where the moss is growing, and it's sort of there but it's not there, but it's another visual interest when we're looking into it. Now the next thing is to bring a little bit of life or a little bit of fall down into the base. So you've got the green of the moss, and then you've got this lovely Nandina, and that's just giving us a little bit of softening around the edge. So I'm going to bring another piece over to there, and with all of the designs that I'm doing here in the Great Botanical Adventure, everything is sort of like loose and casual and informal. But look at that lovely little picture. Now that there's not quite in the right position, but that's okay for now. Okay, let's get these orchids in. Now, when these are being packed, they're very clever when they do this. They sort of like bend or plait the florets all in on each other so that when they go in the box, they're not being damaged. So when you get yours home, just get into there and just sort of like manipulate those out so that they're you can see them, you can view them from all round. Now, getting these, just slant cut them, and then with this, I'm just going to go in and over to the, oh, look at that, how gorgeous that is. Now I'm going to do the same with the next one here, and I'm cutting the stems quite short because I want these to look like they're sort of like about to launch out of the container. Now that one there, I just have to go very gently. You know, these are very strong and sturdy, these, but you do have to be a little bit careful, and that's moving the wrong way, but hopefully that will, oh, yes, that's perfect. Right, with these here, this one here, this is a bit longer. I'm just, and as I said, they do plait these into each other, so I'll just sort of like give those a little bit of movement out of there. And this one can go down and into here, and I'm sort of positioning them so that they go kind of like in like that, so that they sort of can come up, and I'll fix that in a moment. So that can go to there, and I've got one more, so I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller and bring that down. Oh, hold on till I get this into the, right. Now I'll have a fiddle around with these in a moment. Now when I'm looking at that one over there, it's just decided that it's going to, I don't know what it's doing. It's just annoying me doing that. So I'm going to take that out. I don't like taking things in and out because I think that, oh, right, so what we're going to do with that is, because it's not playing the way that I want it to play, I'm just going to cut that and bring that into there, make it a little bit smaller, and then that can go to there like so. Now with these two here, I'm just going to go into there like that, and I'm going to bring one down and into there, and then because I've got that smaller one there, I'm going to bring the other one around and into there like so. Oh, perfect. Now, because it's caged, I am going to put this little bird's nest into the middle, so that there's a little bit of interest in there. And I've got this little bird here, and I'm just going to bring that little bird just down and into there, just hiding in the foliage. Now I'm looking at it and I'm seeing just a few little bits of foam. I could go and get some more of the moss, but I actually found this. And what I love about this is, look at those, I don't know what this is called either. It's a New Zealand native, so I'm just going to call it side of the road because that's where it came from. But I just love that little lustery bit in the centre there, which I think is going to be a beautiful form and colour and a little bit more depth for down at the bottom of my container. Just around, and oh, look at that. See how that just brings it all together, just with your shades, tones and tints of all of these colours together. Look at that. Beautiful. And I've got a little space over this side, so I'm just going to bring a piece into there, and I feel like I need just another, oh, here's a bit. Should have seen me on the side of the road last night on the way home picking this up. Oh, never mind. Now look at that. How fabulous is that? Caged flowers. What I really love about the orchids is they last such a long time once they are designed with. So if you wanted to use this for a special event, you could do this like at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance, and it'll still be looking beautiful as long as you keep your foam nice and wet. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you all again another day.